folks, my name's Mark. This is Why Hit the World. How you guys doing? So this is a video about I guess trans-racialism is the term for it. So last month there was a story in the news about a lady named Rachel Dolezal, I think her name was, and for those of you who don't know, which I don't know how you would not know about this because it was on the news for freaking 2 weeks straight. Anyway, she was director of a chapter of the NAACP and a college professor or something like that, who ended up, she was a black woman, but in real life it turns out she was actually white, and that caused a bit of controversy. So about that particular case, I didn't really care so much. I thought it was kind of messed up how she put herself down as black, you know, in order to get you know, what do you call it, to take advantage of certain programs in college, you know. I thought that was a little screwed up. But you know, about that particular person though, it's like, well, you know, this person's obviously got some problems. But then you start thinking about it, and a lot of the commentary that I read about it seems to compare this with transgendered people, right? And I don't know if it's exactly the same. I mean, I think it might be related, but it's not really the same. It's not really the same thing, you know, because your gender is different than your sex. Okay, your sex is what you know, the organs you're born with, you know, whether you have, you know, testicles or a vagina or whatever. And your gender is how you feel inside. You know, do you feel like a man? Do you feel like a woman? Are you attracted to men or women? Whatever, right? And that's kind of different than, you know, your race. I mean, you know, I've never really heard of people saying, feeling like, you know, well, I feel like a black person on the inside, you know, like, that doesn't really, you know, or I feel like a white person on the inside, even though I'm Asian or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm. To be honest, I'm kind of ignorant of whether or not there's actually a medical, you know, designation for that, right? Because in the same way that there is for transgender people who feel like they're not in the right body, you know. Maybe there is. Maybe there is a term for that, and there really are lots and lots of people out there who feel like they're transracial or whatever. But it just seems a little, to me, you know, it seems kind of not really important. You know, it's like, to be honest, really, who cares? You know, like the same way that I don't really care about transgendered people too much. It's like, so what? You know, if you're a man and you want to be a woman, and then you want to so much that you go out and you get surgery to do it and all that shit, then people should treat you like a woman, right? The same way that, you know, if this white woman really wants to be a black woman and she goes out and, you know, gets her skin tanned and gets her hair done and all that shit and identifies as a black woman, then people should treat her like a black woman. Does that mean she really is one? Well, it's the same argument, you know, people say the same shit about transgendered, you know, women. They say, well, she's not really a woman, she's just a man. Yeah, well, she's not really a white woman, she's a black woman. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. You know, I think people should be treated the way that they want to, you know, for the most part. If you want to present yourself a certain way, people should treat you that way. You know, does that mean that somebody who, you know, who dyes their skin and changes their hair and looks like they're black should be allowed to take advantage of affirmative action programs? I don't know about that. You know, I would say no. The same way that if I would say no, the same way that if a man, you know, goes through gender reassignment surgery and then wants to take advantage of a program specifically for women, those are questions that I can't answer. I don't know. Maybe those are things for courts to decide or whatever, you know. But still, it just seems kind of, you know. So what? You know, people want to be things that they're not all the time. You know, white kids want to be black. You know, white kids want to be Asian. Black people want to be Asian. You know, all the time. everybody wants to be Japanese. I don't know. It's just, you know, it doesn't really seem to matter to me, you know. And it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, maybe one day and off in the future, none of this shit's gonna matter, you know, to anybody. And I don't know. I just think it's all kind of, I think it's just all really a distraction, to be honest. You know, somebody really wants to like be black, and there's no law that says they're not allowed to go out and change themselves so that they look black. All right. Anyway, adios.